All right, feel free. Go ahead.
Coach, this obviously another pretty strong defensive performance for you guys. Really, since the USA game, you've run off a few in a row. Just, I know you mentioned the scouting report, but just what have they been doing on the floor? Just what allows you guys to put so many good defensive efforts together, you think?
Well, I mean, I think it's been that way for the entire ACC season. I mean, this is our third straight year, if you look at conference games only, of leading the league in points allowed per game. And then I think we also lead the league right now in points scored per game. So that's a pretty good combination if you want to win a lot of games. But our kids have done a fantastic job. We went into it tonight knowing that Tech can shoot the three. Especially Mabry and then Shepard. And at the same time was like, hey, if Kitley gets 30, she gets 30, but we're only giving them twos. And she ended up with a 17 on 8 of 12, but we did a heck of a job of defending the three-point line. And then what also takes place right now, it's not easy for us to get to 70 points because we are defending so well. If you go just look at the amount of time each team is taking off the shot clock before they get a shot. We have had some games where we're getting them down under 5 on 10 to 12 possessions a game. And if you can do that, well, then it's going to cut down on ours too. But I've been really, really pleased, and if we can continue to defend the way we are and then take away the other team's best options. That's one thing that we've taken pride in here for the past 13 years. If we're going to lose, we normally want to lose because somebody that doesn't score scores. If you average 6 and drop 20, well, then you know what? You're probably going to win.
Coach, a contest where there's only 20 total fouls in this thing, you take only 4 free throws that were kind of letting you all play out there?
Yeah, I mean, it was both ways at times. I thought, anytime you can play a game and you really don't notice the officials, it's a pretty good game. They had 8 free throws, we had 4, but we took some jump shots too. It's not like we're attacking the glass. It's, when we throw into the post, it's not like we're making these big drop step, run you over, try to draw contact. Kylie likes to step away and shoot from 8 to 10 feet as well as a three-point shot. B loves to face up. So there are some games we're just not going to shoot a bunch of free throws.
As far as getting out to the big start, I think it was a 14-3 lead early on. How big was it to really be able to shut them down defensively, defensively on your end, to really just, not necessarily decide the game right then and there, but, to give you guys the big lead?
Well, it was great. I mean, what a way to start the game. You couldn't script it any better than for Jess to hit the first shot of the ball game coming off a ball screen, and she made a perfect read. The 5 players stayed back. We rolled hard, but no one stepped up, and she did exactly what she's supposed to do. So I was really excited to see that, and then we defended. We defended extremely well. That first 5 minutes didn't give them anything easy. And a few they got were on our breakdowns, which we had talked about. But overall, I thought offensively we passed the ball extremely well in the first half. We made the extra pass. We had some really nice basketball out there. And it wasn't out of just design plays. It wasn't A goes to B, screen for C, and then score. It was we reversed the basketball. We made the right reads. A couple of them were just the extra pass, which were outstanding. And if we can continue to put pressure on people, it's what we have to do. And then I thought one of the biggest plays of the game was Yassine's offensive board there at the end of the first half. I mean, the kid never stops moving. And then she gets it and puts it in. And it's one of those, because I told the staff, Dana gets a clear look for a 3 from the corner. It goes in and out. And as the opposing coach, I'm going, thank goodness. And then here comes Yassine for the offensive board and sticks it back up and in. So I thought that was a big play, and then we came out and played pretty well there starting the third quarter.
Lola, who's your favorite player? You taking a question?
Favorite player?
Mikasa.
You got to speak into this.
Mikasa.
Why Mikasa?
Why?
Because she's funny.
She's funny looking, did you say? That's not nice.
Coach Walz, to start like that, when you start the 5 seniors and then they all score, have you ever experienced that on a senior day to have them and all score so quickly?
No, it was great. No, it really was. I mean, they came out, and we have gotten to a point right now where I challenge them, whatever you do well, do it, and just keep doing it. And we are getting to a point where we're not trying to do things we can't do, and that's why we're having success. Kids are taking shots that they practice and they make. And if we'll continue to do that, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch us play. Now, at the same time, I've said it all along, we're a ball club. If we come out and try and start doing our own stuff, we don't have somebody, like Asia Durr that can drop 47. So we have to play within our system, within our style, get up and down the floor, take good open shots, and then we have a chance to be really, really good because we do have about 6 or 7 that I think could get 15 to 20 on any given night. So I was so happy for all the seniors, especially Jess, and then Yassine, who, she came here as a grad transfer last year, was excited, and then boom, she tears her ACL. She balled into coming back for a 6th year, and then has just had an outstanding ACC season for us. I mean, we put her up for 6th player of the year, and I think she's right there to possibly win that award. I mean, that's just my opinion. But she's been as steady as anybody has coming off the bench for us.
But you mentioned Kylie and Bianca inside, but just their growth and presence, how much does that really kind of anchor what you guys do defensively?
Well, it's huge. I mean, you get 15 points from Kylie, you get 8 from B. B goes 4 of 8 from the field. 4-7 really. I told her to take the 1-3 at the top. She comes up with 9 boards. Kylie comes up with 12. It's been a lot of fun to see their growth. And what we have to continue to do now is to continue to challenge Liz Dixon every day in practice, to continue to get a little bit better every single day because we're going to need her too. And if it's not during this ACC run, NCAA tournament run, she's going to have a huge responsibility for next year as well. So I keep telling Liz, you've got the opportunity to learn from 2 that it was a process. They didn't come in here scoring 20. They've gradually gotten better year in and year out, and now they're at a point where they're 2 of the best post players in our league.
Jeff, what was kind of the defensive game plan against Shepherd? Because obviously not only did she only have 4 points, but I think she only took 4 shots.
Yeah, she ended up 2 for 4, and we did an outstanding job. Our job was to make sure we were there on the catch, not let her turn the corner and get to the basket easy. Be big, and I thought Yassine and Jazz did a great job of that starting off the game.
Obviously, a lot of people saw the win at NC State as a big win for you guys, but these 2 games here, BC is on the bubble. Virginia Tech is a team that
they're in.
Bracketologists,
They're in.
How big was it not just to win these 2 games, but to win them in the fashion that you did?
Oh, I think it was really big. I mean, I told the kids, I see this right here being a second-round game in the NCAA tournament, possibly a Sweet 16 game, because I've got that much respect for Kenny and his ball club. And I thought we did an outstanding job defensively of taking them out of what they wanted to do early. And we're going to have to continue to do that. Now, your challenge for the ACC tournament is it's 3 games in 3 days. So we're not going to get as much. For that first game, sure, we get some rest, but you aren't going to know who you're playing until late on Thursday. So we'll have to really get some things in quick to make sure these kids are prepared and ready to put a game plan in for each one of those games.
Jeff, as much as you lost, and notably Asia, but others as well, did you expect this to be more of a transition year? 27-3 does not look like a transition year record.
No, you know what? It's been one where, did I expect us to be sitting here at 27-3? No. Did I know we had a chance to be a pretty darn good basketball team? Yes. But at the same time, there were a lot of unknowns with, okay, Where's Dana going to take her game from her sophomore year to junior year? Where's Jazz? Where's Kylie? Where's Bianca? And that's the thing I can honestly tell you. Elizabeth Balagoon and Liz Dixon were two big important parts of us getting them transferred in. They transfer in, they get eligible. But if you look at what's taken place, I think the returning kids have surprised more people than what Liz and Elizabeth have done in the terms of I don't think anybody expected Jazz to play at the level that she's playing at as a senior. Bianca, Yassine, Kylie. And that's what's really separated us and allowed us to have the year we've had is because those returning kids all got better. And that's it's something you hope for, but it doesn't always happen. And now that we've got Elizabeth back and healthy, and Liz is continuing to get better and better, it's exciting to just think about what this next month can be. And then, as I said it on air on radio, the expectations of what we've created here sometimes is a little over the top, but it's what you want as a coach. Like, I think people expect us to make a deep run in the NCAA tournament because it's what we've done. And it's easy. Well, no, it's not easy. I mean, we've gone to 9, I think, Sweet 16s, and they'd never been to one in 35 years. They had 4 NCAA tournament wins in 35 years. To get to a Final Four, you have to have 4. And we've gone 3 times. So it's amazing what we've been able to do, and I will say we're blessed to have a community and a city that recognizes what we've done here, and they come out and support it. What a great atmosphere for the game today with a men's game at 6. So it's not like it was I've got nothing else to do. I'll just come out to a women's game. I mean, we had 10,000. And it's not only for our kids. It's really neat when you talk to the opposing coaches and they're like, God, this is awesome. As a player, I don't care if I'm coming on the road. If I get a chance to play in front of a big crowd, it's what you want. So it's just been, it's been a remarkable season for us, 16-2 in the ACC. And I know everybody, a lot of people were, concerned after we had lost 2 in a row. Blaming it on scheduling the national team to come in here and all that, and then allowing Elizabeth Balagoon to go play for her national team. Every once in a while, we kind of put a plan together as a staff and as a coach, and we kind of know what we're talking about a little bit. And, I would do all those things again. I would play the national team next week if the opportunity presented itself. And then if one of my other players had a chance to go compete to make an Olympic team, I'd let them go tomorrow. Because it's a lot more than just us, and it's a lot more than just the University of Louisville. These young women come over here and give everything they have to help the University of Louisville win basketball games. And not only do we win them the right way. Like I'm telling you, I've been here for 13 years, and I'll knock on wood. But we have had nothing to frown about, to turn our head about. Our young women represent themselves as good as anybody in the country. And it's not like people don't know who our kids are. So if they're out, people know who they are. And how they behave themselves and how they carry themselves is first class. And I think we are an absolute bright spot the past 13 years to this athletic department, our university, and our city. And it's our young women that we recruit that come in here and represent that.
As a follow-up, program expectations, you're getting a taste of what you know.
Not quite. He's way above that. I saw him on the road a few weeks ago recruiting. I think they had lost a game or 2. And he's like, man, the world's coming to an end right now. Think about it. I say it all the time. Everybody talks about, it's probably easier to go to the Final Four in women's basketball. I've had that brought up to me, And I said, well, actually, it's the Final 3. Because UConn's gone 12 straight years. So just eliminate one spot. So you're competing for 3. I mean, when you look at it and think about it like that, it's harder. There's no men's program that's been to 12 straight Final Fours, I don't believe, in the last 20 years, 30, ever? Ever? Did they go to 12 straight? It's never happened. So that's what I tell people all the time. You get to a Final Four in women's basketball, you've done something. Now, our ultimate goal is to win a national championship here, and that's one thing that we'll continue to strive for. But, yeah, I haven't gotten to those expectations that he's at.
As far as team health, at what point during the week coming into this game did you have the confidence to know that Dana and Elizabeth were 100% ready to go? Well,
I could have played them on Thursday, which I knew that, but there was no need to play them. And, when we got out on that big lead there in the second quarter against Boston College, just gave us an extra day to rest them. So we came back. They practiced on Friday and Saturday and looked good. They both said they felt really well tonight. So I'm excited about that. They'll still get treatment because Dana's not going to be 100% for a few weeks. It's a high ankle sprain, and that's something that can take 3 to 5 weeks before it's truly healed. But she's pretty tough. So she is good to go, and we'll get a few days here of rest, and I think she'll be all excited for the conference tournament.
Jeff, all coaches say they hope they are playing at best basketball come March. It is March, and obviously the record will indicate you guys have been pretty consistent, but do you feel this team is doing that with the postseason coming?
Yeah, I do. I think we're playing defensively as well as we played all year. We're really dialed in, and that's where you want to make sure you're playing good ball. Now, you have to score, and I've said it all along. I mean, if you can't score, you can't win. I've never seen a 9-8 basketball game in the past 25 years. So you've got to be able to put the ball in the basket, and I think we're able to do that. But more importantly, we're making it difficult for others to score.
Speaking of defense, Coach, talking about Kylie, in addition to her size, what else makes her so good on defense?
She moves so well. She moves well. She has very good lateral quickness. Her timing is very good. I've seen a lot of big kids that can't block shots. She can watch the flight of the ball. She can watch it leave someone's hand and adjust to where she's trying to block it from the angle. And she's really just taken pride in it. She's taken pride in accepting contact also. She's not backing up and allowing herself to get pushed so far under the basket that you can't block the shot. So I've been really impressed with that, and her ability to help our guards. I tell our guard the reason she only had only one block shot today was because our guards did not get beat. I told our guards for about 3 weeks there they allowed her to set our record for block shots because they got beat so much, and she had to come in and save the day and block their shot. But now we're doing a heck of a job of stopping the ball where she hasn't had to come over and help. But then that's why she's able to get 10 defensive boards.
With Dana's injury, you've obviously relied on Mikasa more. And while she didn't have to play as much today because Dana came back, it seemed like she had a very good game, especially on the offensive end.
No, she played great. I was really happy for that. That floater she made was a big-time shot. She had some great passes. And then her and Yassine are the two best that I've coached in a long time at creating extra possessions during a game. I've never seen anything like those two. Offensive rebound or diving after the floor, they get their hands on everything. If there's a loose ball somewhere, if Mikasa's in the game or Yaya, I'd put my money on it that one of those two are going to get it.
How important is it to have players like Yaya and Mikasa on your bench, knowing that they're playing just as well as your starting backcourt?
Oh, it's really important. It's depth. It's when you get someone injured, you've got someone that you've got the complete confidence to just step in and play. And now coming to ACC tournament, 3 games in 3 days, we're going to need that depth. And I'll talk to him about that here on Tuesday. That I'll be looking to sub a lot more regularly during these games than I would have during a game here. But I've got to have them all understand this is not a time of the year that you play through mistakes. That's one of the biggest pile of craps that I've ever heard from players and, families. You got to let my daughter play through mistakes. No, I don't like losing. You make enough mistakes, I lose. So that's not going to work. And then I'll tease them. If you make a new mistake, I'm fine with it. Because eventually you run out of them. All right? But you have to be dialed in. You can't turn the basketball over. We only had 8 turnovers today. And if you're going to turn it over, then you got to do something for me at the defensive end of the floor. Come up with a rebound. Come up with stops. So I challenge him. And we have done a pretty darn good job. Kylie, 3 assists, no turnovers. Yassine, 3 and 1. Jazz, 3 and 1. Dana, 4 and 2. And I talked to Yassine before our Kentucky game. I said, yeah, you are do or die when it's out there playing. Because if you don't make shots, you can't play because you turn it over so much. Because she was. She'd have 4 turnovers every game. So I said, so you're putting tons of pressure on yourself. Because if you miss a shot, I'm taking you out because I know you're going to turn it over. So stop turning it over, and you'll get to play more. If you look at what she's done in the ACC, it's been remarkable of how well she's been taking care of the basketball. Now she's at 3 assists, 1 turnover tonight, and she's been shooting the thing at a pretty high clip.
On the flip side, did you do certain things to force a lot of turnovers today?
Yeah, well, we force them in the 17, but no, we just play scout and report defense. We take pride on getting as many deflections as we can. We did a really nice job of staying in front of Taja Cole. And forced her to take 5 threes, which that's really not her game. She only had 3 assists. She turned the ball over 4 times. It's a kid that's leading our league in assists per night. So we actually, I thought, did a really nice job. And forcing her to take 12 shots takes shots away from Shepherd and Mabry, which is what we wanted to do.
Kylie wasn't starting when the season started. Was there a point when she started to made the next leap? Or
yeah, she wasn't playing very well when our season started. She hadn't practiced well. She wasn't playing well. So she didn't start. And then I think she realized she'd like to play more, being a senior. And it's amazing how that changes things.
Was there an incident, or
No, she was just bad. And then all of a sudden she started to practice harder and got better. See, we're real honest around here. There's never an issue with that. Thank you, everybody. You guys are awesome. Appreciate it. Hope to see you back for the NCAA tournament.